Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Daily Masters. I actually just turned off the air conditioner. I was meaning to turn it on because oh, maybe it turned it on. I got no idea what's going on. But anyway, enough about the air conditioner. It's a lot cooler than it was last week, and we will be getting into another Daily Masters where once again the music is just refusing to work for I don't know why, but I'm blaming it on Game Heart right now because it seems to work fine with the split 1v1. So yeah, anyway, so let's introduce our players. Down the bottom right side of the map, we do of course have Patience. He is from South Korea. He plays for the team Alien Invasion, and we're seeing quite a lot of him because because he was in DreamHack Winter, and all our replays are coming back from DreamHack Winter. So very, very awesome. And up the top left side, we are going to be checking out Polt, and he's going to be where's Polt from? Polt is going to be from couple of places actually. He's sponsored by CM Storm and NOS Energy Drink. I don't know if he's actually in a team or if he just has a whole bunch of sponsors, but he's very, very awesome and currently comes out of South Korea. Well, I guess he's always going to be from South Korea. Even if players move to other countries, they're still from South Korea and stuff like that. You guys know what I mean. But anyway, now that I have cast a game of these players playing already, I think they've played together a couple of times, like in the group, and then they played later on in like the losers bracket or the winners bracket or something. So I think it's a different bracket that these guys played. I'm not 100% sure though, but I think it is a different bracket. So yeah. Now anyway, let's go ahead and start checking out the game. We've got a very, very fast orbital coming out here from Mr. Polt, and we do have a cybercore coming down for Mr. Patience. So it looks like neither player going for an extremely fast expansion here. Patience, I don't know what he was doing there because he didn't have the minerals for it, but it looks like we may be seeing a fast one from Polt though, fast expansion. He is going to have the timing down perfectly to get that expansion coming out of the main base, and just a little bit of a rally. I don't know why he doesn't want to just stand still or something while he's waiting for that, but it does go down. And now the probe is also going to be whacking down the expansion as soon as he gets the resources, which is right there. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, Polt got his expansion down a little bit earlier, but of course, Patience does have the chrono boost, so it gives him a little bit of an advantage in terms of the worker amount. So I don't know. I think the worker amount will probably even out, which honestly, Patience should probably have more workers overall. He'd probably be in an equal position with more workers simply because of mules. Mules are going to tip the favor into Polt's tip the game into Polt's favor by quite a bit in terms of the macro. So Patience definitely needs the worker advantage, and that is what Chrono Boost is all about, getting that worker advantage. So yeah, really, really nice stuff. The Reaper actually coming back. We do have a Stalker being Chrono Boosted out, and this probe, saving that probe. But, oh no, actually went through and managed to kill it. Very, very nice. The mothership core so slow, but now there's a Stalker. Did he actually get another one? I think he got another probe to this Reaper with 2 kills so far. Doing an absolutely spectacular job. The Stalker may catch it though. The Stalker a little bit faster. Oh, but just gets down the cliff and is going to run for the hills right there. So very, very nice. I guess actually Patience does get his expansion is definitely down a bit quicker because he doesn't have to worry about getting an orbital on top of that. So he doesn't have to upgrade it. So actually the Terran players take a lot longer to build their expansion, but that's the price you pay for having like mules everywhere. So yes, he's currently 4 workers ahead, old Patience, and he's not doing too bad in the army count. We do have 2 Stalkers and a Mothership Core versus 7 Marines. So we've got a very decent amount of Marines coming out, and would not be surprised to see a couple of bunkers going down here. This is going to be just a probe out in the middle of nowhere, looking to just sit back, relax, maybe scout the 3rd base, maybe put down a proxy of Hylon for some sort of crazy stuff going on. But Patience knocking straight into the Immortals, which is actually an interesting move because early on, Terran players, they tend to go for a hell of a lot of Marines. A lot of Marines, and Immortals are pretty crap against Marines. So yeah, I really don't know. Alright, Immortals are good at seeing off the Hellions, no doubt about that. But I mean, as far as the Marines go, why would you bother? But yeah, he may be in luck because Polt is going to be jumping out an early Marauder as well. So we are actually seeing Marauders being built nice and early, and I guess I guess it actually makes sense. We've seen in TVZ, usually don't get a lot of early Marauders because kind of okay for roaches, but never guaranteed to be facing roaches, so it doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. It makes some sense, but not a huge amount. But I guess when you're facing off against Protoss, you're almost guaranteed to see Stalkers at some point, and Marauder with slow is very, very useful for dealing with, whatchamacallit. Has he already got slow? No, he doesn't. He's getting stim first, but Marauders with slow are very, very good at dealing with Zealots. So I guess Marauders are a pretty good option against Protoss. And, man, these things are annoying me. It's like a static on a TV or something, but yeah, definitely. These Marauders going to be quite useful against the Protoss, and obviously Patience has anticipated the Marauder presence, and that is why he's getting the Immortals. This is not a huge force right here, but they're heavy hitting. I mean, the Marauders are going to go down, which means the Stalkers are going to last that much longer. However, I feel like, I mean, Storm still has the advantage. However, the pylon is coming down, and we've got a few reinforcements coming back from this pylon, and the army is starting to grow. And he just really needs to get rid of those Immortals. Once he gets rid of the Immortals, then the Marauders can start to go to work on the rest of the army and really knock it apart. If you discount the Immortals, the Marauders just own everything else in this entire army. They really, really do. But with 3 Immortals on the map right now, it's going to be very, very tough for Polt to actually push this back, because those Immortals are just such bad news right now. And it's not like you can just get Marauders to counter them, because the Marauders will be shredded by the Immortals. The Immortals are built to kill armored units, so they really are the direct counter to the Marauders. Alright, here we go. Going to be knocking down a pylon, but there's actually another pylon in here that I'm not sure he knows about. So he probably doesn't realise this other pylon is in there, and that could be bad, because this way is open. We don't have any advanced tech like Blink or Zealot Speed or anything, but oh, there he goes. He's going for the Dark Shrine, and this could be quite scary. We don't have any sort of detection, but we do have an SCV spotting this pylon, and that is going to be something right there. So peeling off a bit, sending some Marines out to scout for expansions. Does not see any expansions at either place, so he knows he's facing a 2-base Protoss. And what's a good position for him to drop? Up this ramp? Not bad, but then he's sort of crowded in. He's just going to go straight in here. Force field does catch 1 Marine, but he's very, very skittish about running into this very small gap, because another 2 force fields could really, really wreck his world. And in facing up against that many Immortals, you do need space to sort of pull back. If things start to go wrong, you want to be able to get out of there ASAP. So yeah, I can definitely understand Polt not wanting to run in. Here he goes, he runs in, and 4 or 5 units do get destroyed there. So not all that good. I mean, there's 4 sentries here, so he can't just try and suck all the energy out of the sentries. He's running out of time. He's not really making a lot happen, so I feel like he'll just have to pull back here. He is keeping the pressure on to make sure a 3rd base doesn't go down. But does he know this is going? I think he does. The factory is up there. So yeah, he could make it happen, but he's not in a good position to do that. If it was over here right now, he'd be in a good position, although he'd be kind of trapped. But as it is right now, force field in this gap, or he could just straight up knock this guy out. What do we got here, man? Warp Prism coming in with a bunch of DTs and a bunch of Zealots. That's crazy, but the DTs, man, starting to do a lot of damage. Do we have a Thingamybob? Yes, we do. DT down there, DT over here, DT over there. There's, oh man. Gotta tell you what, man, Patience has been very, very busy right here, putting DTs absolutely everywhere. There's a missile turret, but it's in the wrong location. I don't know if it can actually see it. May have to use a scan here, and Polt forced to use so many scans to rid himself of the DT menace. Building a missile turret, but that DT is like, you know what? I don't do missile turrets, so he's just going to be hiding over there. We do have a scan. He's right at the edge, but luckily Polt does see him, and down he goes. Meanwhile, we've got a nice bit of attack here, but they sort of got bisected by these force fields, and Patience, man, he just he caught quite a lot of forces there, and Polt so far he's not in a very good position. He lost quite a lot of workers there. I think he was ahead before, but definitely lost a lot there. Yeah, and he hasn't been able to push through to other Patience's, to his second or third base. He's been unable to really get in there and do anything. And yeah, he's not feeling, he's been bumping up the macro very, very nicely. He's got the upgrades going very nicely. He's got the army size going very nicely. I think he's got more army supply than Patience does. So his macro is good, but in terms of actually getting it done, of going out there and actually doing stuff, no, he really hasn't made it happen so far. And with 2 Colossus on the way, I feel like it's not going to happen here either. Polt is way overmatched. Although he got a force in here, and he's going to be killing quite a few workers. Jumping into the dropship, manages to survive. Great, great job here. And are these guys going to... They're going to come around and go back into the third base. Beautiful move. You think he might go for the expansion, but no, he goes around the long way. Goes into the third base. One of the dropships does go down. The other one goes down. Not all that good. But a lot of workers are going down here. Patience is now down to 51. And the other forces managed to take out the Nexus here before running out. They can't... Obviously, Patience doing a pretty good job taking out the dropships. Oh, they're trapped except for this one Marine who decides to shoot an Immortal and does not work out very well for him. But the third base did go down here. And quite a lot of workers were lost by Patience. Unfortunately, not a lot of the Pulse forces actually got out of there alive. And he didn't really take out a lot of Patience forces, mainly workers and stuff. So Patience, thinking along the same lines that I am, is actually going to go in, try and make something happen. He's only got 1 Colossus. I thought he had a 2nd Colossus somewhere. No, apparently he lost one in that battle. I'm sure he had 2, but apparently he lost one. And here we go. Vikings finally coming out on the field. This is exactly what Polt needs to deal with these bloody Colossus. So yeah, that should be awesome. He's got a very nice spread out here. And the scan goes down, sees everything, but he's not going to push in. He's just going to wait and engage him with this beautiful concave right here. But Patience deciding that, yeah, it's not a good idea. So he's just going to be falling back. Polt coming in, but he may hit the back of this army. And I don't know what he was hoping to do there. Maybe stim and snipe the Colossus, but it did not work out. That army is too small to accomplish anything. But the rest of the army coming forward, we've got about 5 or 6 Vikings. Very, very awesome. The Colossus are going to have a lot of problems standing up to those 5 or 6 Colossus. We maybe almost had a point where the Colossus was vulnerable, but yeah, I just do not know. And right now, Patience forced back against the wall into a very, very heavy defensive mindset right here. Polt has taken control of the map, and now he is going to be putting the pressure on, but the problem is there's narrow gaps everywhere. And with the beautiful force field play from Patience, he cannot afford to go through these gaps. His force will get bisected. It will get destroyed. I mean, even a double attack, maybe. Here we go. The Vikings coming right up the center. Can they get some hits off on the Colossus? Looks like the answer is going to be yes. And the Triple M coming through both sections at the start. But look at that. We got Storms coming out, and the top force has been shredded. Absolutely shredded. But the bottom force is doing a pretty good job. They're getting hit by a few Storms, but remnants of the top and bottom force meeting in the middle, even landing the Vikings. And that was a beautiful pincer attack, man. Went from 3 different directions. He went from this ramp and the Vikings, and just sort of pincered it all around, even landed the Vikings. It was beautiful. We're actually going to go back and look at that again, because the thing is, I don't think I actually saw any sentry use there. Didn't really see it. It looks like Patience was just... Let's get rid of that. But no, I don't think we saw any sentry use here. How many sentries? He's got a few. He sort of got overwhelmed. These guys got in and he didn't see it. These guys came in and he couldn't... he just didn't get the force fields down. The force fields may have saved him. May have allowed him to engage 1 force, but he didn't get any force fields down. And then he just got sandwiched between these 2 forces. Phenomenal play from Polt. Absolutely phenomenal. Top quality tactics right there. The 2 armies coming up each ramp, and he knew what he was doing. He didn't just go for the bases, try to knock down a Nexus or anything. He knew he had the potential to wipe out the army. He even got the Vikings down, landed them, and made it happen. So great job there by Polt. In just a few seconds, he basically completely wiped out the army, and fantastic game there. So congratulations to Polt for that victory, and yeah, going to be checking him out in another game soon. Well, I don't know who we're going to be playing with next, but it'll be somebody awesome. I'm very sure of that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this game. Stay tuned. This has been Hairy Muppet, and I hope you enjoyed this game.